I was born the year that the Depression started. In the 30s and 40s, we used to go to the movies a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a dime
Right.
for me. When we went downtown, my mother and dad would, take us. But that, I don't think that was very often, but it did happen. At that point, let's see. Well, for a while he had his own little business, and then that was taken away. Oh, he worked so hard. So then Lewis told me that he even moved furniture for whatever he could get to feed his family. He would do, because family was so important to him, having lost his father as he did. So
Father was murdered.
my father was 9 or 10. We started talking about it one time. It was so heart-wrenching for me to see what he was going through. He just burst into tears, and I could never ask him about it again. So his mother died 2 weeks later. She had had their 9th child, and I guess the baby survived. But she didn't, and they said she died of a broken heart.
How far from the city limits were you?
Not very.
One of the stories I remembered you telling me about, Mom, was your dad telling you couldn't wear shorts in the city.
Oh no. I could wear them up in Michigan, but I could not wear them down in the city. My mother always said, no, you must not allow any liberties. She never told me what the liberties were. Years later, I
Figured it out?
yes.
So where in Richmond Heights were you living?
Do you know where that Veterans Building is there? Oh, that isn't the name of it, but it's. We were almost across. We were across the on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
It was 1712 maybe.
Hoover.
No, on Big Bend, 1712. On who? We lived in an awful lot of places. I realize now it must have been because of the Depression, because we had a nice brick house, and then we moved over. Actually, would have been East Richmond Heights grade school, 7320 Bruno. Then we lived in an apartment right almost opposite the fire department, and then we moved to a little house on the other side of Big Bend, on that area anyway. And then finally we got to Hoover.
Okay.
In fact, we had 2 houses on Hoover. We moved to the one, and for some reason Mother decided we should move to the other.
So, Mom, your family already had a pretty permanent connection in the Onekama area?
Oh, yes.
And
They'd been there since the 1870s. Before that.
You know how we met? Bud Frick on the steps of the drugstore in Onekama.
There were no steps on the drugstore.
Yes, there were.
No, there were by the pharmacy, but not.
Anyhow.
1948.
so you met in the summer of 1948?
Mm-hmm.
I thought your family kind of ran the hotel or something.
They
in
owned
Onekama.
it. They owned
Okay.
it, and yeah.
Now, who actually was that? Did your folks have an interest in it? or-
That's not the Portage Point Inn.
No, I know.
No, a rooming house. A lot traveling salesmen came during the year, and lots of resorters during the summer. There was a band who stayed there every summer for 4 or 5 until the war started, I guess. And they didn't play it. I don't think they played at our hotel, but they played down at the Portage Point Inn or over in the pavilion area there. And they used to play croquet sometimes with me. And then they said I cheated.
Ha! Yeah.
During the summertime, a lot of resorters would stay there. And Lewis and I both bussed and waited tables.
Remember, he told me you used to be a soda jerk or something.
Oh, I was in the
And
drugstore. No, that was in the drugstore. Where you would meet everybody, and everybody who came up there would come into the drugstore. And either get newspapers or booze or just hang out.
So what school did you go to grade school at?
What do they call it? I guess Richmond Heights. I don't remember.
Well, you went to Maplewood High School.
Yeah, Maplewood Richmond Heights High School.
Ah.
MRH.